Hello everyone. Okay, let's get started with the practicals. So what we will do, we'll check the process first. I'm currently on my SSH client, so I'll check it. ps-es pipe grep pmon. Good. It is showing ORCL here. Okay, let's log into the database. Okay, we are currently in the database. Let's check if this database is CDB or not. So select name, comma CDB from $dollar database. By the way, we are currently in the root database. As soon as you log in or log out and log in, log back in, you are always in root container. So CDB $root. So it will say yes. It means this is multi-tenant environment. Let's check which container, what is the container name in which we are in. Perfect, $C root. Let's check all the PDBs. So show PDBs. It's showing all the PDBs. Okay, you could have used the $$ PDB as well. So select name, comma open mode from $$ PDBs, column name format A10. So it is the same information, just that show PDBs will show you the show PDBs parameter will show you the restricted yes or no. There are different ways to open the database. We will see that in future. So yeah, let's shut down or close the PDB, a specific PDB. Let's close the ORCL PDB one. So the command is alter session set container, sorry, alter pluggable database ORCL PDB1, ORCL PDB1, close. We can close it from the root. So now let's check it. Good. Mounted means the PDB is currently closed. Don't confuse this with the mount state of the non-CDB or the CDB root state. There is no association of PDBs with control files and parameter file, SP file or init file. Okay, so let's open this. And let's query this again. Let's close all of them. So just one modification, all close. Sorry about that. There won't be database name. Close. Good. So you will check it. It will be in mounted state. Let's open all of them. Very good. So we validated all these things. Now, just a second. Now check. Let's shut down the complete instance. So when we are in root and CDB root and we shut down the instance, then complete instance will be shutting down, including the root container as well as the pluggable databases associated with it. This does not this is actually not the same as when you perform the same shutdown operation from the PDB itself. When you shut down any specific PDB, it will close the PDB itself, not the instance. But when you shut down, when you issue the command from the CDB root, then you will be shutting down the complete instance, and it will actually shut down the pluggable database, or rather it will close the pluggable databases as well. Okay, so let's shut down and check the states. Okay, so shut down immediate and start it up again. Let's see what will be the state of the pluggable databases. Just a moment, let it come up and then we will verify. Now we will verify show PDBs. It is in mounted state. It means that it's closed state. No application user or any user rather which is created under the PDBs will be able to connect it, because this is currently in closed state. Do not confuse this mount state with the mount state of the non-CDB database. Okay, so this is not the mount state, it is actually a closed state. Now what we need to do is we need to actually make a setting, kind of save the state of these database to make sure that in case of server goes down, or if the database has been brought down due to the reason that the DBAs want to do some specific maintenance task and then start up the database, you want these PDBs to be started automatically, don't want these to be in mounted state, and now the application users will be complaining about it. So what we need to do is actually we need to start up these pluggable database and save these states, so that when we restart the instance, then we will see that these pluggable databases will automatically be started. So let's proceed with this activity. So how do you do it is start these databases first, pluggable databases first. Alter pluggable database all open. Okay, done. Alter plug save state. So you have saved this state. When you want to check the state of these pluggable databases, okay, so what you need to do is you need to query this specific table, select container name comma state from cdb underscore pdb saved states. States, sorry, I think I missed the S. Okay, so it says that it is in open state. So let's shut down immediate. These are the very important stuff you need to do in the real environment, because the applications are very critical. Startup, you need to make sure that application users, those can be very critical application, you want users to connect always to the database if the database is not currently in the maintenance mode, right? So yes, now the database should be in open state or read write show PDBs. So perfect, everything looks fine. Let's move on. Let's see the activity when you are currently set, when you set the container to the pluggable database, what all activities you can perform, because currently the container is root, right? You can perform all the activities here, but what will happen when you switch the container to pluggable database, what all activities you can perform? I'll show you some specific activities which you can perform, including the changing the parameters. So let's see what all pluggable databases are there. Alter session set container equals, let's switch to this, and now check show container name. Good, it's showing everything perfectly. It So show container num. So PDB seed is 2, 0 is CDB, and CDB dollar root is 1. Okay, so you need to make sure these are the container IDs. This is how it is, and this is permanent. Okay, so PDB seed will always be 2, CDB dollar root will always be 1, and CDB itself, the container, will always be 0. And then whatever pluggable databases or application database will come in join this particular container will get the name and get the numbers accordingly. Okay, so let's shut down this. Let's issue the shutdown. What will happen? So what will happen is the instance is not going to shut down, only this particular pluggable database will be down. We can start up. These commands work, but effect is different. Let's switch to the root container. Alter session set container equals cdb dollar root. Okay, so we are in the root container. We can perform administrative activities. Let's check if the specific parameter. So let's say there is a parameter, as you might all be knowing about db recovery file dest, and this is very important parameters to set up the backup and recovery area and the FRA location. So let's see if this parameter is modifiable under PDB. For that we need to check the column which is PDB modifiable under $v system parameter. So let me copy and paste this particular query I have in the note and then paste it. Just a second. Okay, if PDB is false. Okay, so this parameter is not modifiable in the PDB, and that is truth, because the thing is the SP file is not owned by any PDBs. It's associated with a CDB dollar root as well as a container database. Okay, and as well as control file, archive log, and redo log. All of them are associated with CDB root and no other PDB. Okay, need to make sure that you remember everything. Let's switch the container. Show container name. Let's see if we try to modify this db recovery file dest, can we do it from the PDB level? Alter session set container equals orcl pdb1. Okay, let me run this command. Okay, so we can actually query show parameter db recovery. Okay, we can query this host clear. We need to clear the screen, but we cannot modify this parameter. Let me run this particular command. So it's clearly saying, it's throwing the ORA error and saying operation not allowed from the pluggable database. So it's not allowed. But when you run this from the root, it will be able to modify it. And you all must have seen in non-CDB, so I'm not going to show or modify anything. Okay, or rather, well, let's do it so that I clear the doubt of what is the difference. Show parameter db recovery alter session alter system set okay, what we will say 15,000 M. So perfect, this is dynamic parameter, so it will be modified immediately. Good, so now you guys know. Okay, now very interesting activity. So what we will be doing, we will be creating PDB from the seed database, and we will change the global database name. Okay, so let's try this activity and let's complete this activity. Make sure you guys remember and take note out of it. These things are very much required in the real environment as well, so make sure that you have a hands-on on this. So let's do it. So what you need to do, where are you in the current container, and as well as remember one thing, if you have an environment where the multi-tenant databases are running, make sure you are switching to the specific container, querying the specific container, and then running any specific command. Okay, because this is a multi-layered environment. There are some specific queries which will only be run in the PDB, and there are all the queries which will be running in CDB root. So you need to make sure where you are running these particular commands. Okay, so let's say if you want to create a PDB, and this particular command cannot be run in the PDB level. So I hope I made it clear that some administrative task, or most of them, are performed from the root level. So you need to be making sure that. Okay, let's go for a very interesting activity, which is actually changing the global database name of the PDB. So what we'll be doing is creating a pluggable database, changing the name of the database. Okay, it's not a very complex activity. You all need to make sure that you are in a correct container, because this is a multi-layered environment. So you need to make sure that whatever specific query or commands you are running into the correct container. Okay, so correct container can be any application databases or the container CDB root database. Okay, so let's create. So I'm currently in container name root. So let's create a pluggable database. Create ORCL PDB10. We need to create admin user. Okay, PDB admin identified defined by Okay, so welcome back. There was an issue, right? It is throwing an error saying file name convert must be specified. So if you guys are using OMF based file system, then there is no issue, because you will mention the directory structure, right? So let's say if you are saying the directory structure is ORCL or a data ORCL, so what it will do is it will create the subdirectory under this one ORCL. Okay, and it will create a folder naming whatever, right? Whatever database you are creating. Let's say you are creating this one, so it will create a GUID under this slash, and then create files underneath it. That is OMF based, but currently we are not using OMF based, so it doesn't know where to create it. So what we will do, we will create using the file name convert. So let me show you what I am doing. So this command will be same, but because we are creating it from seed, right? So we need to make sure we need to mention this file name convert equals so it takes two things: the current environment, okay, we do not want to create here. So let's say, because we are creating because we are using seed, right? So it's trying to create under this. We don't want to do that. So we want to create under ORCL, right? So we are saying that if the database or this create pluggable database command see this directory while creating, which is what it's seeing. Then please create it under paste slash, I'll give my database name. Okay, let's see if it creates. So what it is saying now. So okay, so error are not an issue. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Sorry, really sorry about that. So we actually changed this PDB seed and tried to query the file. Okay, sorry. So alter session set container. This has to be run from the root container, right? So I actually messed it up. cdb $root. Okay. Actually, figuring out is very important. Now it is running. Good. So let me show you what I was trying to cd slash aura data. So see, PDB files are here. Okay. PDB seed files are here. The ORCL PDB1 file is here. ORCL PDB2 file is here. These files are belonging to CDB root, and this one is what we created. So let's go to navigate to this one. Okay, so it has created system6aux undo and temp file. So all right, everything is fine. Now show PDBs. It will be in mounted state. Alter pluggable database. Open, correct? Good. So show PDBs. We have added one more pluggable database, and see how much time it took. It merely took any time to create a pluggable database. This is what the awesome feature is in the current situation. It used to take a lot of time, right, or installing Oracle software than Oracle databases. Now we don't need to do that. You just keep adding the databases, right, under one instance or Oracle software. Now let's, if I want to change it to 3, just to make sure that this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, what do you need to do? You need to actually close it. Close the database. It's done. And open the database in restricted mode so that nobody is able to connect. Let's see the PDBs. It will say restricted, yes. Good. Now let's check. Let's change the container name. For that, let's switch to the container name. Alter. You are currently in this container. You have to run alter pluggable database. Okay. Rename global underscore name to ORCL PDB3. Let's close immediate. We have done that. We closed it. Alter pluggable database base ORCL PDB3 open. Good. Now check the PDBs. It should not show the restricted mode as yes. Good. And now exit out of it and connect in SQL Plus and PDBs in root from the root. Perfect. Now you have changed the database name as well. It didn't take much time. Now if you want to clean up the data files as well as remove the pluggable database, what do you need to do is this is always the step you need to actually follow. Always close it. Close the pluggable database. You have closed it. We will see show PDBs. It's mounted now. Then what you need to do is drop pluggable database ORCL PDB3. When you say and just run this, what will happen? It will not delete the data files associated with it. But when you actually run the drop pluggable database and including data files, then it will delete the data files as well. Okay, I said data file. Data including invalid drop option. See, these small mistakes. Pluggable. Okay, I think we should be fine now. Good. So this completes our activity. Okay, in the next video, what we will do, we will query the different files, the data files, the table spaces and all those things specific to CDB and specific to PDB $seed and specific to the ORCL PDB 1 and 2. Okay, until then, thank you very much for bearing with me. We made some mistakes. Actually, I made some mistake, but you guys saw that how I resolved it. And by resolving like this, right, by banging your head, right, and actually kind of have an analytical thinking or thinking towards solution will make you a better DBA. So I think you guys might have enjoyed this. Let's do another one more video in regards to basic administration, and then we will complete this 5th section as well. Thanks very much. Have a good day.